talk to us about API pen testing and what that should look like, API security as a whole, because I know it's a new top of mind concern.
Yeah. So I mean, the quick backstory, a company I was working for actually hired me to be their web application pen tester. And when I got there on day one, I said, so where's the application? And it wasn't really a web application. It was more of a mobile application that was pretty much ran on all APIs. So I had to teach myself APIs on the fly. And this is maybe 3 years ago or so. So there wasn't a lot of content out there like that. I think the OWASP API security team had just started messing around with the API top 10. So it was literally just trying to find all the information I can from multiple sources and trying to put it all together. And during that time, I started doing the research and realizing that a lot of the attacks or breaches that have happened weren't necessarily from your traditional SQL injection or anything like that. They were all from leaking APIs. They were from insecure APIs. So you start looking like T-Mobile. T-Mobile is a classic example of your IDOR or an API security, your broken object level authorization, where the attacker found out, or the researcher found out, that they can just iterate telephone numbers and get that information as a regular authorized user, and you're able to see other people's account information. So that just led me down to a similar, I guess, rabbit hole like I did when I got into pen testing. And yeah, eventually that led to learning how to pen test APIs and the importance of it. And it's a challenge because APIs by design are supposed to give you a lot of information. The APIs are built to give you that information, but it's also built with the idea that the client or the user will parse that information and figure out what they don't need. They never really looked at it from someone saying, oh, well, if this is this, then what happens when I take this out and add this in the parameter? So, API security has become a major component, especially with Gartner saying we're in 2022 now, that most of pretty much more than almost 80, it was like 90% or something of all attacks would be APIs, because of APIs. Or I think Akamai said that pretty much more than 3/4 of an application now is strictly APIs. And you look at most of our popular applications, so Uber, for example, that's pretty much all APIs. So as we move into the future with cloud and microservices and things like that, Kubernetes, Docker, all of that stuff is going to have API interaction in there. And if we don't necessarily know how to secure them, we're going to be giving out a lot of information and having a lot more problems. So yeah, API security is definitely something that, it should be on everybody's radar.
Totally agree. And I know everywhere you turn, somebody's like, oh, I have this mobile app. Well, it syncs with your GPS. It syncs with your contacts. It syncs with XYZ. Those are all API calls, and most people don't realize that, right? People aren't recreating code. It's really simple to just
Right.
create an API because it's already been done. And so, totally appreciate that. I think that's a great, a great way to explain it.